All right, our next part now is talking about how do you go about ending the test and how do you go about getting the students so they are off of the iPads. All right. So once again, you as the test administrator need to keep track of time. There's no countdown clock on Pearson Access Next. There's nothing that's going to just boot the kids off. You need to keep track of the time. So please keep a look, use the handout that we've supplied with the times for each one of the different sessions. So at 10 minutes to go in the test, you need to let the students know you have 10 minutes remaining. Then at 1 minute left to go in the testing time, you need to tell the kids you have 1 minute left. Okay. Now, when time is up, all right, what you will do, and this is all right in the PARCC manual that you will read to the students, you will need to say, stop working. You have completed unit number 1 or number 2 or wherever you're at. Select the gray review button at the top left corner of your test. From the review screen, select the blue end section button in the middle of your screen. Select the green continue button and select the blue yes button to exit the unit. In the top right hand corner of your screen, select the gray button next to your name and choose the option log out of test nav. You should now see the message, I want to exit this test and finish later. Select the blue save and return button, and then you will go around and you will make sure that everybody's got that screen up. Okay. Now, what'll happen is that it'll say, I want to exit this test and finish later. What that means is that you've got other units that are going to continue on. So you never want to have the submit the test or anything like that. You just want to go straight to exit the test. The kids should turn red here on Pearson Access Next. So you can watch them as they're doing that. Go through slowly those different steps that I just read to you. And once again, those are in the manual that you're going to have the students do. And then you as the teacher, you do not have to do anything. You don't hit the stop button here. You just kind of watch. Everybody at the end of the day for testing should be either gray or should be red. On here, you shouldn't have anybody that is still active. If you have somebody that's still active, that means they haven't logged out properly. Okay. Once you're done as the test administrator, all you need to do is go up here to this little person figure, and you need to sign out of Pearson Access Next. You then need to collect all of the usernames, the tickets, as well as the seal codes. Keep those all together and lock those down. Collect the iPads, put the iPads back in the cart, make sure they're all charging, put the keyboards back into the box so whoever's ready to go for the next testing. Okay, so that's the end of one session. So now you're getting ready to start the next section. So let's say we're doing ELA. We just finished day 1. We're now into day 2. We're going to start day 2. You will need to re-hand out those. So let me go in. So what you'll need is you'll need to hand out the student test tickets, hand out, write the seal code for day 2 up on the board. Okay, so once again, if we're doing this math test, for example, we wrote seal code number 1 on the board, we wrote seal code number 2. Now, you may have kids that were absent for day number 1. They're going to take day number 2 if that's when they come back. Okay, they will then take day number 1 as a makeup test at some later date, but we want to keep everybody on the same test as we're going through. Okay, so day number 2, hand out the test tickets, write the seal code up on the board. You will then come back in here, and let me get another session here. You will notice that that didn't work either. Okay, so what you'll do is you will come back in here, you will click on the button for all of your kids, all the way down, and you will come up here back up to the top, and you will go resume student tests. Click on the start button, and then you will click here, and then you will click on the resume button. And what this will end up doing is this will end up resuming all of your students, allowing them to start day number 2. The kids will then go into their iPad. They'll use their username, their password that you handed out on the student test ticket. Then they will have to scroll down a little bit after they hit enter. They'll have to enter in the seal code that you have written on the board. Okay? So you have a seal code for section 1 and you have a seal code for section number 2. The seal codes are not unique for days, they're unique for the unit. All right? So if you have a student that needs to do a makeup test for unit number 1, okay, then you have to give them seal code number 1. If you have a student that needs to do a makeup later on for unit number 2, you have to give them seal code number 2. All right? So as you finish, again, if your kids are done, they should show up here as exited for day number 2. You will not have to worry about anything with marked complete. You will not have to worry about stop test. Your building test coordinator will take care of all of that. Okay? So day number 3 then, if you have day number 3, you would go back in once again for ELA, hand out the student test tickets, write the 3rd seal code up on the board. The kids refresh or resume all the kids back into the test session. And then allow them to log back in, username, password, seal code for number 3. Okay?